And another one here, 13th December 2023, the United Nations General Assembly has voted for a ceasefire, overwhelmingly in favor of a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, the highly contested area between Israel, the Jewish nation, and Palestine, the Muslim nation. And obviously, this is a result of the conflict that has erupted as a product of the October 7th attack by Hamas, the Palestinians, against Israel. And there was a music festival and social the horrors and human rights abuses. But obviously, Israel did not vote in favor of this. The United Nations and half a dozen plus other, mostly island nations in the Czech Republic, you'd have to look at it and Google it, voted against this as well. But most nations voted for this, an immediate ceasefire, humanitarian aid, and obviously unconditional return of all hostages by the Hamas force and by the Palestinian force. And just a symbolic gesture from the international community to try to show solidarity towards a peaceful resolution towards the current conflict and the current atrocities and horrors of that conflict. And I wonder what you guys think. Obviously, when a nation votes for something, we see tremendous amount of protests all over the country. So just because the United States representative or delegate voted against this does not mean that the average American thinks that, and that's true for anything, for any country. You guys have to remember that. Like the Russians, there's plenty of Russians who don't want to be in the war against Ukraine, and there's plenty of people in Ukraine who don't want to be in the war in Russia as well. So kind of an interesting one. My take on it is a ceasefire would be great if they release the hostages and everything goes according to plan. But just because the UN voted for this doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Of course, it's the hard reality. And these are fringe Hamas Palestinian terrorists who perpetuated that attack on October 7th are not amicable, good people, and are not going to just roll over and release all of these hostages. And I don't think Israel is the who suffered these atrocities and these losses, and also just how American people were tortured and died, who were in Israel. No one's going to this isn't just going to go away magically, this conflict, after that recent October 7th attack, even if the United Nations votes for that and requests that and supports that, which is good. It would be great if there was a peace